Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In our previous videos, we have gone through the features of Java and the introduction to Java, and we have gone through how to install the Java into our system. Now in this video, we are going to see what are the Java identifiers and what are the naming rules for them. Now let's see each in detail. Yeah, these are the contents we are going to see today. What are Java identifiers? What are the naming rules and the examples for it? See the identifier. Generally, identifier is nothing but a name given to a memory location. For example, see here. For example, we consider an identifier as a variable name. Now see, a variable name is nothing but a name given to a memory location. For example, see, for example, we write a statement like this. For example, int a equal to 10. Now internally, this is nothing but in our system, we are going to take some memory, and inside that memory, we are going to store the data that is 10. Okay. Now, actually memory is nothing but addresses, right? We feel difficult to handle with the addresses. So for that purpose, we are going to name every memory location with a variable name. So that is what we call it as an identifier. Okay. So that will make our task easier. For example, if I want to access this memory location, I can simply call the variable name A. Then I can get the data inside it. Okay. Now see the identifiers. Identifier can be a class name, a method name, a variable name, or a label name, right? So far what I discussed is a variable name, right? It is also called it as a identifier. Now see this here, class test means my class name is a test, okay? And we know that every Java program will execute from the main method, right? See, this is the syntax for it. Public static void main, and these are command line arguments, which is nothing but the arguments that we will give from the command line, okay, which holds the string array. Okay, what are the arguments we pass, that will be holded in a string array. Okay, now see what are the identifiers present in this program. Class test, this was the class name, right? This is one identifier. Main, this is the method name, right? So this is another identifier. We know that string is also a class, right? So this is another identifier. Here, this is a variable name. Why it is a variable name? It is a variable name of type string array. Okay, and it is an integer variable. So in this program, we can able to see how many identifiers: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can able to see 5 identifiers present in this program. Okay, like this, you can take any number of identifiers in order to identify the memory uniquely. Okay, now let's see what are the naming rules for them. See the naming rules. You need to use only the allowed characters. See, alphabets, both uppercase and lowercase. Digits means 0 to 9, and the two symbols are allowed, the dollar symbol and the underscore symbol. Okay, except these characters, if you use any other special characters, you will get error. Okay, while naming the identifier, you should follow these rules. Okay, now see, identifier should not start with a digit. Your identifier may contain the digit, but definitely it should not start with the digit. Okay, keep it in the mind. Your identifier should not start with digit. And identifier names are case sensitive, means the lowercase and the uppercase both will be different. Both will be treated as different identifiers or different memory locations. Okay, and there is a no length limit for identifier names. Okay, in Java there is a no length limit for the identifier names. You can take the variable name or the identifier name as per your wish, but if you take very long names, it doesn't sound meaningful, right? So please take the meaningful names, and those looks to be short. Okay, And identifiers should not be reserved words, which means our identifier names should not match with the keywords list of Java. Okay, and these are all the standard rules that we need to follow while naming a identifier. Now let's see an examples of it. Now please judge whether these are valid identifiers or not. Okay, see the first one, it is a valid identifier. Why? Because it involves only alphabet underscore, that's it. It is not a valid identifier. Why? Because here we are having some special symbol, right? Hash. As I said, special symbols are not allowed. Okay, this is also not a valid one. Why? Because as I told you, identifier name should not start with a digit. Here we are starting with the digit, so that's the issue. Okay, now it is a valid one. Why? Because as I told you, the allowed characters are alphabets, underscore and dollar. So there is no issue with this. Okay, so this is also valid. Why? Because underscore and dollar symbols are allowed, right? So there will be no issue. Integer, string, runnable, these three also valid. Why? Because these three are not keywords. Okay, these are just inbuilt classes only. Okay, these are just names of inbuilt classes. So inbuilt classes can be used as identifier names. Okay, there is no issue to take the inbuilt class names as your identifier name, but keep it in the mind, you should not take the keywords or reserved words as the identifier names. See the next below things. Int is a keyword, so you should not take as identifier name. If is also a keyword, so you should not take it as an identifier name. Okay, while taking an identifier, please keep all the rules in your mind. Okay, so that you won't get any error while taking the variable names. Okay, or variable names or the class names or the method names. Please keep the points in your mind so that you will not get any error. Okay, and this is all about today's session. We have gone through what is meant by an identifier and what are the rules for it, and we have seen some examples which are valid and which are not valid. Okay, in our next session we will come up with few more interesting concepts. Okay, thanks for joining.